Welcome everyone. My name is Dr. Elena Michaels, and I'm going to do a tarot reading and an angel card reading, followed by a guided meditation, all spontaneous. The cards will let me know where we're going to go. And I invite you to please, if you haven't already, subscribe below to my channel, and that way every Wednesday when I do a new guided meditation and reading, you will be notified. So I want to let you know that nothing is pre-recorded, nothing is rehearsed, nothing is prepared, and the cards allow me to know where we're going to go. And so we're going to get started. Tonight is December 8th, and this is the reading and the guided meditation for December 8th. One thing I want to mention is that starting with the tarot cards and the angel cards, that allows us to go into a deeper level of being, into a slower brainwave state in a very, very gradual way. And then by the time we go into the guided meditation, you will go deeper, much deeper. Now, some people do fall asleep with it. I was talking to someone today. Actually, they recently had surgery, one of the people that I work with, that I do sessions with on a regular basis. And he had surgery, and he's got a lot of worries about what about this and what about that and what if it doesn't work and all of that. And his head is full of all of that junk. It's just thoughts, okay? And they're worrisome thoughts, and they're not encouraging thoughts because he's got doubts, and maybe the doctor made a mistake and it wasn't the way it was supposed to be. And he read online other people have different reactions that are not his, that are more mild. So he's concerned. And I talked to him today and I suggested, why don't you try listening? And he's also not sleeping, okay? And I said, why don't you try listening to one of the guided meditations, anyone you vibrate to, anyone at all. And he said, well, when I listen to them, I kind of go to sleep. I don't really hear what you're saying. That's totally fine, because your subconscious mind is hearing everything that I'm saying. And the very process of all of this allows the person, the listener, to dump the junk that's in the mind that is clouding up the mind. Okay? So get that stuff out of the way. When that stuff is going on, like this guy that I was talking to today, he's in a sympathetic dominant state because he's worrying. He's thinking about what if this is wrong? What if this isn't the way it's supposed to be? What if I have to do the surgery again? Whatever it is. And so that's a sympathetic dominant state, and the body cannot heal in a sympathetic dominant state. It can only heal in a parasympathetic state. And what he wants to do is heal and balance. And a parasympathetic state is where you will go when you listen to these guided meditations. So there you have it, okay? Don't worry if you fall asleep. Your mind is hearing everything and incorporating anything that is relevant to you and that makes sense to you, okay? So now we're going to get started. By the way, we just had last week on the 3rd a new moon. This is the time we're still in a little bit of the new moon energy. This is the time to start projects, to start new things, to plant flowers, to plant seeds, to get things going, to create, okay? And then on the 18th, which actually is my birthday, on the 18th, we're gonna have a full moon. During the full moon, that's the time to just kind of like settle in and allow. So, you know, the phases of the moon are very relevant and very important, and they tie a lot into our emotional states and the disruption we feel in our emotional states, or the calmness, or the desire to do something, or the desire not to do something. You know, I was talking to someone else recently, someone I work with on the East Coast. I work on the phone with her, and she was overwhelmed with a lot of projects that she needs to get done, and beating herself up because she's not getting the projects done. And she knows that I have projects also that I'm working on, but I'm not that stressed about them because I kind of go in spurts. And I noticed that they're connected to the moon. So when the moon is new, that's when I'm initiating the projects and really working on the projects late at night. And then when the moon moves into being full and it starts to get smaller again, I kind of go back in, and I'm not that consumed with getting the projects done. And I'm more interested in just kind of going within. So see if you can notice those rhythms in yourself and not bust yourself because you're not performing consistently the way you think you should be performing, because we're all functioning and susceptible to these cycles. Okay? Okay. So today's an 8-day. Now you know about the 8s, right? It's this. It's 2 circles on top of each other. Okay? 2 circles on top of each other, which are about balance. Okay? That's the 8 right there. All right? So let's see what the cards have to say and where we're going to go today. I'm going to pull from the regular deck right now. This deck I have been working with in various forms. This is a new one. The other one's got really sticky and gummy from being used so much. But these, the Rider-Waite's and these older decks, I have been using for decades and decades. This is just a newer one that's only about 15 years old. So it's not all bent up. All right, so we're divinely protected by healing, protective white light, and allow the cards to show us where we need to go in a way that will have the cards be relevant to everyone who is watching. Excuse me. The releasing is starting. For those of you who don't know me, my eyes get watery, I start to yawn, I'll cough, clear my throat, things like that. Tearing eyes is a big thing. When I start to release, when I pick up the cards and I start to move into doing this work, this is a releasing process that might be happening to you too. Notice if your eyes are watering. Notice if you're yawning, okay? It's just your body letting you know it's starting to go into a deeper brainwave length. So we want the cards to be relevant for everyone who's watching or listening whenever they watch or listen. So you might watch or listen tonight, and then in a couple days you'll watch or listen again, and the cards will still have relevance to you, okay? Because they are archetypal tools and they somehow transmute and transform. All right. And we're going to cut once, twice, 3 times. And let's see what card comes up here. Oh boy, that looks pretty heavy. Look at that. This is a 10 of Swords. That guy is like, ouch, okay? So I'm going to put that down. We're going to talk about that in a minute. I'm going to pull the card that was right behind it. Okay, and this is, excuse me. Whew. Okay, starting to come on through. All right, this is a 7 of Cups. Cups are emotions and water, and this is a 7. Swords are fire and words, okay? All right. Okay. First of all, we're going to look at this first card, the one with all the swords in the guy's back, okay? Remember what I told you? I said that swords are words and fire, okay? So now, think about your life. Has there been a recent time where words that someone has said to you have seemed to penetrate you and just shatter you? Has someone been very fiery with you and you feel like they are stabbing you in the back? They don't like you, right? This guy is laying down and all these sores are in him. But he's wearing a golden shirt, excuse me, which is the solar plexus, and he's wearing a red cloth over him, which is a grounded root chakra color. This is about, there may be people who are saying things that are wounding to you, and they may feel fiery, okay? But remember, he's wearing red, so he's grounded. My eyes are watering. He's wearing red, and so he's grounded. He's got a gold shirt, which is the color of the solar plexus. Your solar plexus is your power center. It's kind of like right below your, where your ribs go into like a wishbone. Your solar plexus is right there. And the solar plexus is your power center, okay? So this guy looks like he's down and out, but he still has his power and he's still grounded. Now we pulled the card right after that. I didn't pull it, I mean, it came up after that. And this is the 7 of Cups. This is emotions, okay, and water. This is a person who is a magician and he is looking at all of the options. Some of them are pleasant, some of them are not pleasant. The point is, there's a lot of choices, okay? So even when things seem really dire, really bad, there's always choices. And remember, you are a magician, okay? And remember that because you are a magician, you have the power to choose the choices, to choose how you want to think about things. You can think about this a lot of different ways. The option is yours, how you want to think about it. Don't get caught in surface appearances, and don't get caught in the games that people play with the words that they use. And if someone is stabbing you in the back, that's more about them than it is about you, okay? People have jealousies, they have all kinds of stuff going on in their own head. And if they're doing something behind your back and you feel the pain of that, they should be able to, if they are evolved enough, talk to you face to face instead of stabbing you in the back. But this is about them and their deficiencies, not you. You are a magician that can choose how you want to see every situation. And if you look at this, there are different things coming out of each of those cups. And they are all being presented. And the choice is yours, how you want to see even something that looks intense like this. Because it doesn't have to be intense, okay? This is someone else's words wounding you or trying to wound you. But remember, you've got your power, your solar plexus, and you're grounded. So really, you're not being harmed by this. It just looks like you are, but that's the surface appearances, because really, you are able to choose how you want to see every single situation and draw into you whatever you want to draw. These cups are all full. So, you know that saying, my cup runneth over? Okay, your cup is full. And it's filled with the thoughts you think about yourself, the thoughts you say, and more releasing. And the thoughts you think about yourself and the thoughts you say, and your cup runneth over with what you put in it, okay? So put good things in it. Put positive. Oh my God. Ooh. Put positive thoughts in your cups, okay? Oh boy. All right. Let's see what's happening next. We're going to go into an angel deck. This is the first one, the archangels. It's just the one that was on top, so that's the one I'm going to grab. Ooh. My nose starts to run too when this happens. I don't even have a cold. It's just what happens. Okay. It's interesting. My eyes water, my nose runs, and that's moisture. And I feel like when I do these that I'm channeling electricity. And electricity needs water to function at its best and to travel, right? That's what they say when there's electrical storms, don't be by a lake or a river or stay out of the rain. So I don't know, maybe the universe is just moistening, the channels here so that more energy can come through. I don't know. It only happens when I'm doing the readings. So I've just kind of gotten used to it and understand the messages of it. All right, this is another deck here. This is Angel card. And this is Archangels. And they're going to have different names and different qualities that are going to continue to elaborate on the two cards we just saw. Everything builds on everything else, okay? So this is going to add on to what we've already discovered. We're going to cut these cards once and twice and 3 times. Now let's see who comes up. Okay, prioritize. Well, I'm kind of chuckling because prioritize, you kind of have to, when you're doing a lot of choices here, you kind of have to prioritize with what you want, all right? And when this kind of stuff is happening to you, you have to prioritize your thoughts so that you're not head tripping about somebody else's game that they're playing, that they're doing behind your back to hurt you, okay? So this is one of my favorite images. Look at that. Look at that, guy. Is he gorgeous or what? Okay, this is an angel. He's holding a bowl of light, okay? Prioritize. This is Archangel Metatron. Metatron. I guess his friends call him Met. Okay, so here's Metatron. Focus on your highest priorities. I will help you get organized and motivated. Remember I was talking about how with the phases of the moon, sometimes I get into a real work cycle where I'm staying up late and doing a lot of work. And then sometimes I'm just not. I'm taking it easy. I'm doing longer yoga. I'm meditating at night. Maybe I take a long bath with a lot of essential oils in it or something like that. But it's important not to beat yourself up if you're not performing high intensity all the time. Allow yourself to have the cycles and to be aware of the cycles and know that if it's a slower cycle, that you'll pick up the energy again because the nature of the universe has changed. So prioritize what's best for you in the moment, okay? And stop beating yourselves up. So many of you beat yourself up, especially the woman I was talking about on the East Coast that I work with. She beats herself up because she's not getting done. Her house is cluttered and she's looking for a different job and whatever, all these things. All these things are always going to be there. They're always going to be there. Just prioritize what is best for you in the moment. And what is best for you in the moment is not beating yourself up. Right? Okay, I'm going to read you about this guy, Metatron. I like to lay the cards out on the table here. I've got a little table here because when I lead you on a guided meditation and I go into it for us, I kind of use the cards as the guideposts. So let's see what Prioritize and Metatron has to say. Additional messages. What's your calling? What makes your heart sing? When you focus on these areas, your joyful energy increases, which benefits everyone. Take charge of your schedule and spend more time on projects and activities close to your heart. Make choices that honor your priorities and support your life's mission. Metatron is one of 2 archangels who once walked upon the earth as human men. The other one is Sandalphon. Metatron was the prophet and scribe, Enoch, who ascended after his exemplary earth life. So Metatron was the prophet and the scribe, Enoch, who ascended after his exemplary earth life and became Metatron. He continues working as a scribe and record keeper in heaven. He helps people develop organizational and record-keeping skills as well. Oh, excuse me. When you call upon Metatron, he motivates you to organize your priorities. So, the lesson here is, if you're feeling overwhelmed and you can't decide on your priorities, ask Metatron to help you. I mean, these angels are available to help you. They're there for you, okay? So, ask Metatron to help you prioritize. Ask him to help you organize. Metatron, what should I do first? You'll get answers. You'll get answers. Go quiet and listen. Metatron, what should I do first? Metatron saying, pull another card. So that's what I'm going to do. This is daily guidance with the angels, okay? And let's see what's here. My beautiful selenite crystal heart that I keep in here all the time to remind me to always come from love in any situation. You know, I was just thinking about something, about coming from love in any situation. You know, years ago, someone who was close to me gave me a gift, and the gift was a teapot. It's a ceramic teapot made by Bella. It's very pretty. It's got a white spout, and you flip a switch and it heats up the water. And so this person gave me that teapot. And then after that, the person who was close to me at that time started having some mental issues, and they started behaving very badly and very cruelly, and were very vicious and really cruel and harmful and almost dangerous. So I had to retreat away from the person, and the person retreated away from me. And it was okay. It's sad because I would like to be close to the person, but you know, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. Anyway, so I was going through some things recently, and I found that teapot. And every time, I hadn't looked at it in years, and every time I look at that teapot, I think about the hurt that I felt from this person who did these really bad things to me, really horrible things. A lot of behind my back stuff too, like this, okay? Remember, I told you, this is more about the person doing it than the person receiving it. So, I wanted to give away the teapot. I thought, I'm just going to get rid of it, because every time I look at it, I think about that person and how that person hurt me on so many different levels. And I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. Because if I give away that teapot, I will still have the hurt from the person. So I need to transmute this. How am I going to transmute this? So I cleaned the teapot. I got it all nice and shiny and perfect and beautiful. I put it on my counter. And every morning I boil my water in it for my morning beverage and my tea, which I make a big thing of tea and I drink it all day long. And every morning now, and I like the teapot and I like the convenience of it. And every morning now, I think about that person and I send that person positive energy. The person may not know. I don't talk to the person anymore. I don't know if I ever will talk to the person anymore. It was a relationship for that time and place. But it's always sad when relationships go weirdly sour like that. But sometimes there's nothing you can do about it because the person may have some kind of agenda or instability that is and toxic behavior that is best to just remove yourself if you can. But now, every morning, I think about this person and I send this person positive energy and love. I don't know if this person will reach out to me. I don't know what will happen, and I'm not doing it so something will happen. I'm simply doing it to transmute the energy for me that I was carrying about pain and hurt and even resentment that this person behaved this way. So now, I don't really feel that way. I pour myself a cup of tea in the morning. I make my morning beverage every morning, and I make it in this wonderful teapot. And when I look at the teapot, I feel positive energy and I feel love. So it's just a way that I am transmuting that energy. So remember that you always have choices with your emotions, okay? And even though someone has done something bad to you, it's about them, it's not about you. I mean, of course you want to do a personal inventory and see, was there something you did? And if there was, take responsibility for it. But if there wasn't, and you really got clear on the fact that there wasn't, then it's just about that person, their insecurities, their deficiencies, and they're wanting to take someone down so that they can feel better about themselves. They want to dismiss someone so that they can feel on a higher level and better than is a better way to say it. Anyway, all right, so that's about prioritizing and choosing the emotions that you actually want to move forward in and manifest in your life. We're now going into this next deck of cards. Let me see what the time is. Okay, this will probably be our last card. All right. Cut once. What we want is substantiation, validation, and clarification. And this card is be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. If you played a part in something that created friction with someone else, take responsibility for it. Taking responsibility is an honorable behavior that comes from integrity and authenticity. People who do not take responsibility for their behavior or their part in a disagreement are being stuck in a lower chakra. If you're willing to take responsibility and they're willing to take responsibility, you can move through it and move on. But if one person is not willing to take responsibility, that keeps it stuck, and your choice is stay with this stuck energy or move on. Your choice. All right, I'm going to read this to you. Be honest with yourself. All right. Be honest with yourself. All right, here we go. Look into your heart and you will know the truth of this situation. It's safe to admit the truth to yourself, for we will support and guide you through any necessary changes. Lean upon us for courage and the strength to take good care of yourself. Focus only upon your true desires, and they'll come to you upon angels' wings. Remember, people, keep an eye out for feathers that you find in unusual places. That lets you know that the angels are looking down on you and with you. You'll usually see them on a path of where you're walking. You won't have to really look for them. You'll just be going, doing your thing and walking along, and bam, a feather will be there out of context. You receive this card as a gentle confrontation because the angels know you've been hiding from your true feelings. You've probably been afraid that if you admitted how you honestly felt, you'd be overwhelmed with feelings and faced with making some difficult changes, some necessary changes that you feel unprepared for. Very important. Yet, the angels assure you that it's healthiest to face this situation with honesty. They will help you with your emotions, relationships, and any support you need to make positive changes. However, the angels remind you to focus only upon your desires and not upon your fears, so that you can attract the former and not the latter. Remember last week I was talking to you about don't say what you don't want, say what you want. And people think they're saying what they want when they say, I don't want to be stressed out anymore. I don't want to be uptight anymore. I don't want to be anxious anymore. I don't want to be an insomniac anymore. They think they're being honest with what they want. What they're actually doing is programming their brain for what they don't want, because the brain hears the last words: insomnia, stressed out, etc., etc. So you have to phrase it like you're talking to a 5-year-old, because that part of your brain is a primitive part of your brain. It's not the adult, educated, mature part. It's the childlike part. It's like when you want to tell a child to clean up their room, you don't get into big dissertations like, I don't want this room to be messy, because all the child hears is messy. You have to say, we want our room to be clean. And when our room is clean, then we can go to the park. Simple. Remember, you talk to your brain like you talk to a 5-year-old when you want something. I want to be calm and comfortable regardless of the situation. Not, I don't want to be stressed out. Right? So watch your words. Okay. More runny nose here. I don't do multiple takes. I mean, this is it. I'm going to blow my nose. I'm going to cough. I'm going to sneeze. My eyes are going to water. I'm going to wipe my eyes. This is just real life, people. This is what's happening. I'm not going to do different takes to make it be perfect. I'm a human being, and this is what we do. We have things happen to us and we go through changes. Okay. You've probably been afraid that if you honestly admitted how you felt, you'd be overwhelmed with feelings and faced with making some necessary changes that you feel unprepared for. Yet, the angels assure you that it's the healthiest way to face a situation is face it with honesty. They will help you with your emotions, your relationships, and any support you need to make positive changes. However, the angels remind you to focus only upon your desires and not upon your fears, like I said, so that you can attract the former and not the latter. Additional meanings for this card are: the situation will improve when you face it squarely. You deserve better. Trust your own feelings, even if others do not agree. Don't give away your power to others. Avoid getting caught up in the illusion that this is the way it is. Don't get caught up in the illusion that this is the way it is. This is a metaphor. This is about not getting caught up in the illusions. That's the end of this card. Very good. Okay. I don't know. Let's see. It's 34 minutes. Okay. We're going to start our guided meditation momentarily. I like to get a good number. Now we're going to start our guided meditation. Make yourself comfortable. Lie down. Make sure your back is straight if you're lying down. If you choose to sit up, that is your choice. You can start sitting up and then you can lie down afterwards. Or you can just start lying down or start sitting up and stay sitting up. Whatever works for you. The goal is to be as comfortable as possible, okay? As comfortable as possible. I can feel myself already starting to go into a trance. And here we go. Begin to notice your breathing. Notice how it goes in through your nose and out through your mouth. Have it come out your mouth. I'm going to count from 5 down to 0. And each count will allow you to relax even more. And each count will allow you to release even more. Releasing anything that is unnecessary. Releasing anything that interferes with your goals. Releasing anything that interferes with your happiness. Just allow your mind to release. The head begins to relax. The scalp begins to relax. The face begins to relax. Moving from 4 down to 3, moving into your torso now. Your entire torso, balancing, recalibrating all of the organs in your torso. Continuing down on 2. The large thigh muscles relaxing and releasing. Easily and gently, naturally and comfortably. That's it. Continuing down on the count of 1. On the count of 1, feeling yourself going deeper and deeper. Feel yourself letting go more and more, going to the appropriate level throughout the rest of this guided meditation. That is the perfect level for you, for your brain to recalibrate, reorganize, regenerate, and realign. And drifting even deeper. From 1, going down to a 0. And when I tell you we are going down to a 0, we are going down to a very deep level of being, using some sounds to get there. And so now, using the sounds to get to that deep level of being, we are going from 1 down to 0. That's it. Letting go with each breath more and more. And going deeper. And going deeper and deeper still. That's it. Look around down there in that deep level of being. Look around down there and see if there's anything you need to get rid of. When you're down there in that level, notice that it's almost like there are boxes stacked up. The boxes are labeled. Some of them are stacked on top of others. Some of them are even losing their structure. They've been stacked for so long. They're all labeled. Look at the labeling. Look at the ones that need to be dumped. Look at the ones that need to be removed. I want you to imagine that there's a conveyor belt there and that you are able to lift the boxes that you want to eliminate. The conveyor belt is going off to your left. You can put any of the boxes on the conveyor belt and they will be carried away off to the left. Where do they go? They go, imagine you are looking off to your left. They go so far away that they begin to look like a little pinprick of an image until in a flash of light they are gone. Look at some of the labels on these boxes. One of them says, "Old Hurts." Old Hurts, H-U-R-T-S. What other boxes are down there? Oh, there's another one there. It says feelings of inferiority. Let's lift that one up and stick it on the conveyor belt. Pick up old hurts, put that on the conveyor belt. Watch the boxes as they move away. Watch them on the conveyor belt as they get smaller and smaller and disappear. Take a few moments now to see what other boxes are down there, cluttering up space in the basement of your mind. See if there are any more boxes that you want to eliminate. Boxes that you want to clear some space in your basement, which is your foundation. Everything is built on top of the foundation. We are clearing out your foundation from the negative energies that have been in it and weakening it. That's it. Look around one final time. See if there's anything else you're ready to eliminate now. And drifting deeper. Letting all of that go now. Going deeper and deeper. Deeper and deeper. Because regardless of the surface appearance of how things appear to be, you always have choices as how you want to categorize those experiences. You can hold on to the unpleasant ones, or you can let them go, knowing that an unpleasant experience with another person may be more about them and their issues than it is about you. So why would you want to hold on to that? Be careful not to get caught up in the surface appearances of things. It's all just energy exchanges. And these energy experiences, you can always choose how you want to categorize them, if you want to store them and hold on to them, or if you want to release them. And drifting deeper. Remember that you have choices. Make the right choices. There's no need to stress about which choice is the right choice. Make positive choices that benefit not just you, but everyone involved. Prioritize your energy. Spend your time with people that are of the light, people that see the light in you, people that you can see the light in. Be honest with yourself. If your action or your initiation caused pain, discomfort, confusion, or hurt to someone else, although it may not have been your intention to do so, apologize. Apologize. Take responsibility for your words, your actions, your behaviors. And drifting deeper. Letting yourself go so your brain can do the releasing, which it's been trying to do, and it may have been alerting you with physical body symptoms to get your attention. If you have physical body symptoms, it's possible your mind and your nervous system is calling your attention to certain things. And it's best if you slow down and listen. You make a commitment to yourself to release on a regular basis, letting go of the things that no longer serve you. No one can do this but you. If you are feeling stressed out, stop. Get centered. Meditate. Listen to one of these audios. The answers will come, and you'll be guided. The answers cannot come when there is so much clutter and disturbance in the physical plane in your space. Remember, it's an illusion. Don't get caught in the illusion. Stay out of the drama. Things are not as they seem. Remember that you have choices, many choices of how you want to feel. Prioritize. Spend your time on what's important to you. Ask Archangel Metatron to help you get organized and get started, or prioritize a project you've already begun. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Take responsibility when necessary. Thank you for joining me. It is my pleasure to be here with you. It is my pleasure to enjoy this time with you. I send you many blessings. I honor the light in you. I wish you blessings for you to honor the light in you. Until we meet again, which we will every week on Wednesday in the virtual world. Until then, namaste.